Hello, my name is Sam Hyde. I'm a former Sunnyside police sergeant. 5 years ago today, after a 5-month-long investigation, the Sunnyside Police Department declared that the little Nathaniel murder case was unsolved. That until that point forward, they'll never be able to find his true killer. I don't know how to explain this, but that's not true. That was a blatant lie. And the reason why I know that is because I was one of the first responding officers to the scene. Let me take you back. It was November 6, 2023. It was the most beautiful day in Sunnyside. We got a call over it, and me and my partner usually joke, but as soon as we heard what it said, that at the Sunnyside orphanage, that there was a child screaming, just screaming really loud, and the neighbor just wanted to make sure. As soon as we heard the details of that, everything went dead quick, and I've never had that. We care about protecting others, but I never felt something that just dark before, and we were going as fast as we could towards that orphanage. I remember thinking that if I hit one of the houses in front of me, at least I was trying to get there as quick as I could. And the funny thing is, if I'll release the dash cam later, but if you look at the dash cam, it was 50 seconds from that point we heard it, the call, to respond, and when we actually arrived at the front of the house, the orphanage's house. I'm sorry. I'm a little tipsy. But those 50 seconds, they felt 100 times longer, and every second counted. I wanted to get there as soon as I could. As soon as we arrived, we noticed the door was shoved down in a manner I've never seen before. There was wood splinters on the side. It looked like somebody just had a wood chipper there. It was like cutting pieces of timber. And on the all around it were these chimp-like hairs, or gorilla. Like, it was clearly hair, but it was almost like fur, and it was glistening off the sun. But as soon as we went in there, I almost froze. I'm not laughing because it's funny. I'm laughing because I guess it's a coping mechanism. But my partner, I looked at my partner. I looked at my partner and I said, this was going to be the worst day of your life. And I was kind of saying, it'd be joking, I was trying to take the light out of the air. But anyway, I remember we took I took the front of it. I initially had that panic, I'm not going to do anything. But then it turned I'm going to get there as soon as possible. The door, we didn't have to kick it down. You could right away just lightly pressing on it. Just lightly pressing, I would open it. That's how just badly, jarringly, how the door frame was just that fucked up. And to the front of it, you couldn't see anything. There was a wall, but to the right was where young Nathaniel was. Now, I was originally gonna share with you about, within the news, I have in my hands right here, basically, about the autopsy. I have everything from the autopsy photos of young Nathaniel to the coroner's report, pretty much anything described, and also my own witness accounts. Originally, when I started this out, my plan was, out of respect for them and to convey the seriousness of what I saw and to add legitimacy, gotta stop drinking, that I would only describe the nature of like what his body, like young Nathaniel's, like the things done to his body, but I wouldn't show pictures out of respect. But I would describe what happened. But looking over the report, I can't do that to like his carers, like that orphanage. They loved him, and the thought that they would even be able to like hear what happened to him. I'll just leave it like this. I'm just gonna read one part of the coroner's report, and this is quote unquote. Like, I'm literally just reading word for word what his findings. He said, even though it's obvious that within the first 15 blunt force strikes that young Nathaniel, even though it's very obvious that within the first 15 blunt force strikes that young Nathaniel was killed, the following 100 strikes still occurred. And I don't need to read that next part, but as soon as we got to the scene, we started investigating. We noticed that when I took the DNA from it, there's a lot of, it was basically grease. I don't know how to explain it. It's literally like if you you actually spilled like bacon grease all over the fucking kitchen floor. It was all over the place. It was glistening, like through, like the sun was also like coming through like one of the windows, and you could see it very clearly. And upon sending that to the lab, they found that it was an Italian, like it was an Italian male, and through like these fibers we found that matched like a skateboard, we were able to determine that the person who did this was, and I can't identify who he is. Even though I'm not formally a police officer, I'm still not legally allowed to identify who he is, but we knew he lived at 7722 Reseda Boulevard, apartment 102. And it was going pretty good. We thought we're actually going to get justice, I mean, this orphanages, like the kids he grew up around with, they'll be, yeah, it's awful. At the same time, they can have justice. They can grow up and they can move out of that orphanages, and, that, I don't know why I'm drinking while I'm doing this, but we thought, like they could move on out of that orphanages, and, they could leave that behind. But as soon as we started looking at it, me and my partner who arrived with me on the scene, who I will not be naming in order to protect her and her family, as soon as we started looking into it further and further, I don't know how to put this, but we were in a lot of danger. Like, we almost died a bunch of times, and we were told by Secret Service, who were basically came in there to drop the case, and out of fear that I would be killed by this, this gypsy who did the murder, I've been put in protective custody, and that's all I know. This is like really fucking dirty, like apartment they put me in. Like, I don't even know why they're not putting me in motels or anything, but I guess it's apartments because I guess it's safer. But even throughout this, even though I've been told to not look into the case, like I was raised on heroes such as like Terrifying Tim, and like Rucka Ali they really ingrained with me the sense of like justice in the American way, like not letting shit fall and always fighting no matter what, and also being pretty badass. And that's why I'm saying that, like, I need your help. There are links down in the description where you can send in the tips. The thing is, I know who did this. I know the gypsy fucking scamming piece of shit who murdered little Nathaniel brutally. But every legal expert I've gone to has said that you need a little more evidence. You need a couple of people to be like, yeah, he wasn't, at that time when Nathaniel's orphanages was broken into, like I didn't see this guy at 7722, I need those couple of witness reports. We can actually bring this piece of shit in. So when you go to those links, and I promise you, Like, if you, like, my cybersecurity guys from the army have like said that I've gone overboard with the protection, that like it's almost too far. Like, if you handed the president those websites in order to like transfer information to like other like world leaders, they'd be like, oh, this is too far. But I need your help, guys. I want to bring this piece of shit in as much as you. And I'm sorry for lying. I had no choice.